This session, I will talk to you about setting multiple windows. Each application in a Coca environment would be a window. Like Xcode right now is a window with the controls here. And in terms of multiple windows, it is typically seen in the preferences. Say, when I open up the preference, it opens up another window like this, which each window could have its own control like this. And I'm going to show you how to create your own preferences. Say, for example, I have this main.storyboard here for the default application, which contains one window controller with the window object in it. In terms of using storyboard, you may want to save the preference window in another window controller with its own storyboard. So let's simulate that environment. For example, I have one more group here as preferences, and I'm going to create first a storyboard for this. So choose user interface under OSX, and then I could select storyboard, call it preferences, and save it next to the main storyboard. In here, I could add a window controller into the storyboard. Together, it will bring you a view controller in it. Of course, instead of creating a storyboard, you could create just a window object, putting in a lib file. But what I want to do is to show you more usage about storyboard, which is actually preferred by Apple nowadays. In this preference window, right now I will simply just put a label in it, calling it preference, since we are more on a demonstration purpose, so it doesn't really matter for now. And then I'm going to create a class, which is a subclass of NS window controller. And let's call it just preference window controller. Let's save it. I will apply preference window controller to the window controller here. Also, I will save the storyboard ID as the same class name, just for easy reference. Then look at this preference window controller. I will add a typical load from lib method here, which allow me to retrieve the preference window controller from the storyboard. The storyboard I'm using right now is called preferences, just like the name here. And then the identifier I set is the name of the class, like this. In order to show this, I want the user to click on the preference here to show. By default, it doesn't have any action here, so it shows gray in color. To trigger to show the window, I need to connect this preference to an IB action I'm going to create, in this case, within the app.delegate method. Drag from the preference item to our app.delegate, and then say to action, and say show preference. From here, I could create a variable of window controller can use the preference Windows controller .load from lib method to load the preference window. Then I could show this new window controller using the window controller .show window method. I could either set my current object as the sender or just set it to new. Now with this setup, once I click the preference or use the shortcut command comma here, it will call the preference window controller to load from its own storyboard and then show it to our eyes. So now this current window is the default one from what we have created the project. And then now I can choose preferences here. It opens up another window, but somehow, as you can see, it hides immediately. This is a typical object deallocation. What we could do here is to set this window controller as an instant variable in the app.get method to hold a strong reference to the object. Let me do it like this. And then now, instead of creating a new instance, I could do first a check to see whether window controller is new. It is new when it is the first time using it, so I could set the window controller just like before. After that, I can show the window controller. By making it like this, we make sure the object can be reused. So every time when I press the preference window, it is showing the same object of the preference window. By running the application again, and I'm going to show the preference again. Now it holds there. I can close it, of course, and then show it again. There's a brief section about showing multiple windows, and you will find a lot of use cases in a multiple window environment. Talk to you soon.